Hello community, I hope you're doing good. In this discussion we will see the solution about the second session. In case you missed previous session, let me explain you. There is one topic I have given to you to integrate LinkedIn with Odoo, right? So here you have to create some post in Odoo and it will automatically create the same post in LinkedIn site. So how we can do it, right? Using the Odoo. So this is the solution session. Please stay still end of this session, so you will get all the informations about how you can integrate with the third party systems and different logics we have to implement. So the first thing is we should have a LinkedIn account. All right, so I already have a LinkedIn account. So you can see this is my dummy LinkedIn account, right? And if I will go to here in the post and activities, all right, so you can see here a total 3 posts I have, right? You can see 33 minutes ago. Now what I have to do is, first thing is I have to integrate this LinkedIn with Odoo. Okay, right now I don't have anything here. You can see this is a blank, right? So the first thing is I have to create a one module which having some useful information we have to store, plus specifically for the configuration part. Second thing is we have to create a post, the random post in the Odoo side. Okay, and after it will automatically post those Odoo post to the LinkedIn. So this is our case. Okay, now what we have to do is, let me create here a one module. Not Let me directly just LinkedIn integration, something like this, right? Let's say LinkedIn integration with LinkedIn, and user can post from Odoo to LinkedIn. Let me add dependency as a pass. Let's say our manifest file is already done. Now here I will create, let's say, what else? Let's say view. Here let's say we can say here LinkedIn post, LinkedIn config. Okay, now here, oh, sorry, we don't need to do that one. From Odoo import, let's say fields, models. As of now, class, let's say LinkedIn config models.model, name LinkedIn config, description configuration. True. Here we have to let's say required a lot of stuff. Right now I remember a few things, so right now I'm adding here. Rest I will add later on. Okay, so let's say client ID required, and after client secret fields secret, this is also required, and after stat, so let's say sorry, not connected, and after let's say connected, let's say error. Okay, something like this. By default not connect, and yeah, we can also add here, let's say active fields boolean active default is true always, right? Because let's say we have a multiple LinkedIn configuration, and here user want to disable the specific one, right? And they can directly disable it. After, let's say, let me copy actually, paste here LinkedIn post. Ha ha ha, yeah, so here let's say here, yes, config id fields dot many to one required true. Okay, and then after let's say the content, right? The content we have to use something like this as a content, because this is also required, and the stack, let's use selection draft draft posted posted failed, and let's say failed. By default it's a draft. Okay, that's it. Now these two models is a new model, right? So we have to add a security file. So for that I'm trying to directly copy paste, and let's something like this. Like all the access rights for this user group. Okay, now let's say we have like this. Let me create a view, copy. Let me delete rest of the files as of now. So this is the list view. This is my form view, and here let's bring the configuration list and the form view, right? Okay, Excel is good, form view is also good, and list view. Now in the form view, we have to extend something a good way. Let me add here. Like this, right? Same, let me copy paste for the post, right? Okay, so you see, now let me also replace with the post. Aha, see now it's look like without copy paste. Right, so let me remove that one. Configuration. Okay, now here I don't need to use this one. We have to use something like this way, and sequence, it's a 50. Here we have to also use root sequence equal to 10. Okay, okay. So let's say here the name. No, yeah, and config ID. Instead of the context, content, right? Now here let's name, then after the config ID, sorry, no label 1, we can do something like this in a third group, right? And simple, we can directly register views like this. Right, now our simple module is ready. Let me go to here, apps. Refresh the page. Alright, so you can see available. Let me install this module. Oops, we have an error message. I think I have done some mistake in the selection field. Oh, holy crap. Yeah, see, now it's look like good. Let me restart one more time. Alright, let me install one more time again. Oops, client ID doesn't exist. LinkedIn post. Sorry, config ID. Right. Yeah. Let me close. Active. Alright, successfully done. Alright, so you see I have done this time. Manifest file. Not here, not here. Security. Yeah. Again, I'm going to here. LinkedIn. Oh, we have a this one. Let me upgrade module. By the way, this is the default module designed by the Odoo. Alright, see, we have like this, right? Save image, PNG. Alright, so it's download. Static src img. So simple here, we have to use web underscore icon, right? This module name we have to paste, comma, static src so img slash icon.png. Okay, that's it. And yeah guys, now I'm going to upgrade this module from this terminal, so we don't need to go every time in the apps. Right, now let me refresh the screen, and now you can see the icon also change. Alright, see, now the menu look like good. And now if you go to here, the first one is the config, the first one is the post, right? So you have a like, oh, this config name I have to remove. Post name. Okay, let me again go restart the service and upgrade the module. Let me refresh the screen. LinkedIn post. Let me also one more time upgrade. And now you can see by default it's a draft, right? Okay, see, now it's like proper way for this post. Let's say configuration, right? So we have a config name, the whatsoever the configuration, and we can add here let's say WebLearns LinkedIn profile, let's say first LinkedIn profile, the username specific, and that specific user LinkedIn profile, client ID, and the secret ID. Right now, the main question is how we can get this one right. So LinkedIn won't be automatically provided by default the client ID, secret ID, and all. So we have to first create a application, right? So how we can do it? Like let's say developer LinkedIn. So this one link we have to visit, okay? And here, let's say you already have a application, so you can see here anywhere. If you hover here, you will redirect to that specific, let's say the application, right? Otherwise, you have to create a new one. For me, it's a new, right? So I'm going to here, Odoo LinkedIn test, right? Here you can add, okay. All right. So here you can add any page name if you want. So let's say IBM. Okay, and let me upload one cute picture. Okay, I have read and agree this agreement, and boom, create application. See, now the thing is apps. If we visit this auth, you can see client and the client secret ID is in the name. So we simple have to copy and paste. WebLearns LinkedIn profile, and let me copy this one and paste here. Okay, so you can see something like this, right? Now integration won't be work here. Okay, so the thing is we have to also generate the token to, plus we have to also authorize LinkedIn from Odoo to generate the token. So OAuth 2 token, right? This one we have to do. So for that we have to also add here, let's say the return URL, and in Odoo side we have to create one more controller, specifically let's say the route. Okay, so the thing is from Odoo side we will try to request LinkedIn, hey, I need access rights, I need a token for the specific scope, give me the grant for that scope. So what LinkedIn is doing, it will check the validations and all whatsoever the parameter we are providing to them, right? And it will automatically redirect our given URL and with the specific data. Okay, we don't know right now what data they will send. So let's see. So here, right now you can see I'm using here localhost. I'm copy this localhost. I'm going to here, let's say LinkedIn callback. Okay, like this one. So remember guys, we have to create this controller with this name, update. All right, now we have to go to products. Now we have to inform this Odoo test, give me this said on LinkedIn this scope. Okay, so for that we can ask permission. All right, another is this sign in with LinkedIn using OpenID Connect. These two at least we required. So this is specifically for the signing purpose, and this is specifically for the, let's say from Odoo to LinkedIn we have to create also post, right? So for that we have to use this. So you can see here, let's say I'm going to here, what is this OpenID Connect, you have to read, I already done these things, right? You can see this is the scope, open ID, profile, email, right? So we have to add this one in our scope. As a scope we have to use to integrate with the LinkedIn. Okay, without this one it's not possible to integrate with LinkedIn. Now if you scroll down, we have to also let's say need a user profile ID, right? So to get that one we have to call this method, and specifically this one sub means user identifier. Let's say here you can see the specific record ID is 1, right? So same like my LinkedIn profile, right? They have something different ID, so we need to also use that one. Okay, and you can see we have to pass something like this as a scope. Now okay, so we have at least this one, right? And here we have to change one more thing. Yes, so here client ID, the client secret, and we have to also implement the scopes. So for that we can go to here like OAuth scopes field. Let's say open ID, this one is required, profile is also required, email also required, right? And we have to also post, right? So for that we need this scope also, I mean the permission. So this is the basic scopes we need, and yes, this is the default, or else like we will have an error message. OAuth scopes, and same we have to add here. In case you want to change to the advanced scope, you can add also with comma, right? Multiple scopes, that's also fine. And yes, one more thing. Another thing is let's say config here LinkedIn user. Let me also add here class auth token. Alright, now right now I'm adding as a without read only. Okay, but this LinkedIn user and auth we have to retrieve dynamically, so we have to make it mark it as a read. So nobody will change. Okay, and that's it. After it's refresh the screen, and now you can see, right, everything is available. Now we have to add here one button. Once I click to that button it will authenticate with the LinkedIn. Okay, so for that we have to add here button def action authorize LinkedIn, something like that. Object, oh sorry, type equal to object string auth LinkedIn. Okay. Let's say this button we have to invisible when the stat under let's say connected, right? Yeah, that's it, I guess. Now here in this action authorize LinkedIn right method, we have to also generate a unique serial number and the stat, right? Pass and identify. We have to also identify in our controller. So we have to also create a controller. Let me permanently close because we don't need as of now. And here, let's say import secrets this lib, right? Like let's say here stat token URL safe, and let's the length with the 32. Okay, this one, and yes, sorry, I have to also store this token default would be something like this, right? And self dot stat equal to stat, sorry, LinkedIn stat, right? And from here we required the URL. Sorry. Okay, so this is the method we have to use. So let me copy, and you can see we have to use the get as a request action, right? From here. Sorry, I have to use something like this temporarily. And here, guys, we have to pass the client ID, right? Instead, then after, yeah, see the okay redirect URL we have to pass and the scope. Yeah, so state we already have, scope also we have, the redirect URL which we already configured, right? Also we have, and this client ID, right? And the response type. So let's say code And this one, what we have to use is na. Let me copy and let me paste. Okay, so this information we have to pass to this URL. To encode this URL, right, we import also one more lib. Sorry, import URL lib dot pass. Plus we have to also use the request, right? So let me also add over there. In simple, we can return like let's say action, or let's say the URL action. Yes. So this one we have to create. Target would be always new, guys, or else what happened? Your current screen automatically redirect. So like this. Let's say URL like this. URL question mark, and here all this parameter we have to pass, right? So simple URL leave dot pass dot URL encode params. Okay, now let me upgrade this module one more time and refresh the screen. Alright, we have some error message, that's also fine. Let's quickly figure it out. No module name URL. Aha, sorry, spelling mistake. Okay, so auth with LinkedIn, right? Let me click like this. Oops, we have an error message one more time. Has no attribute URL and content. Okay. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake here too. And content. Now let's say once I click here, see it will automatically redirect to LinkedIn batch, right? It will ask us the username and password, right? Now I will paste here the password, and you can see here this is our user profile and this is the application profile we have to allow. And now you can see it will automatically redirect to this localhost, the redirect URL. Now see, right now we don't have this URL, and that's why you can see 404 is appeared. To overcome that issue, simple we have to add here the controller, right? So let's say from Odoo import HTTP, and one more thing is HTTP import request, because this too is required. Class LinkedIn profile or http.controller, right? And here let's say http route LinkedIn slash callback, right? Because this is the route. Now this one is the type HTTP. Auth should be the user because the logged in user only can access this one. Website equal to true. Yeah. Def. Auth. Sorry, call back. Something like this. So here we required code. Right now, let's say add as this one, the stat. It will automatically return. Error message also return, right? And error description also required in case the error is there, right? If you go down, you can see stat is also here. Something like this. And in here, let's say description. And at the end, the keyword arguments we have to use like this. Now here, what we have to do is the stat, whatsoever the stat we are passing right from this one, it will not, once the authentication is either done or failed. Or let's say the failed, the stat won't be come here, but let's say the authentication successfully done, it will automatically send us the same stat right here along with the code without this error and the error description keyword. So let's assume right now we have this and this, right? And now let's say, and this stat we have to also search from this model, right? Because at the end, once we click to this button, we are generating and we are also storing that stat into this field, right? So let's see here, we can use here request env search and yeah, equal to stat config obj. Okay, so here we have to also call one more method, not here, that's a token, this one with the post. Now you can see we have to provide this type of parameters, right? Okay, because to get the access token, before that we need code. Okay, and here you can see we are getting this code and the stat, right? Access token URL, let's say we have to use here params. Code, client ID, client secret, and the redirect URL, right? So grant type is the authentication, and one more type we have to use the content type. URL encoding. See, if you see like this, oh sorry, it's inside the header part. Okay, sorry about that part. Here, let's say import request.post. Here, access token headers equal to like this, forums, right? And that's it. Access token data. Now here, let's print access token data. Also, let's print here code stat error and the error description. Okay, that's it. Let me restart the service. Oh yeah, by the way, I have done one more mistake. I have to register this controller in the main file, right? Let me restart one more time, but without update this module. Alright, like this. Let's say here, we can go to here in the terminal. So you can see response type is 400. Okay, why? The simple thing is we missed here pass all the information, right? So here code client id config object dot client underscore id, and simple we can go to here client secret, and this redirect URL, right? We have to use this one. Okay, and after it will work fine. Let's refresh the screen. Still it's 400 response, right? Let's say here I will use as a convert to the JSON data, so we will have a like clear the error message. Invalid request, unable to retrieve access token, your code verified doesn't match. Plus print, we can also use here data instead of params. Okay, so we are passing here something like this, right? Okay, a required parameter grant type is missing. We already passed here. Maybe we have to pass here. Oh, sorry, params. Let me remove all the logs. Let me go back. Let me close. Let me first refresh. So here I have to paste my password. Let's say allow. Alright, so you see we have something like this, right? So you can see here it's success, right? With this token we have to use, and you can see the scope also it will automatically return, right? And simple here, let's say JSON dot get access token dot write auth token stat connected. In case let's say something is happened, config object, right, stat failed, or let's say error. Yeah, sorry, in the post we have failed, right? Okay, and let me print here that error message. Alright, okay, now here one more thing we have to do, right? We have to also create templates. Let's say why. Let's say we have a failed or success. It depend on the situations right in the controller. We have to also redirect this page to the particular template, right? So for that we have to create also one template. Mm-hmm. LinkedIn success, profile, task, call, web layout, class, container, 5. and simple we have to upgrade this one. So let's minimize here. Let's render. That's it, right? Now let's say again, let's say close this window. Again, I'm going to here auth with LinkedIn. Okay, so now everything is done, right? So sometimes LinkedIn, like we already frequently using LinkedIn on the same tab. So sometimes LinkedIn automatically authenticate, and you can see your authorization successfully. Let's close this window. Oops, not working. Never mind. And once we refresh the screen, you can see connected and like this, right? Woohoo! Now one more thing is the LinkedIn user we have here before we are posting anything, right? So for that, we need here user info, right? User info. Where is user info? Oh yes, here. user info. Yeah, so this one we have to use to get the username, right? Now this is very simple. You can minimize. Action, not action, but get LinkedIn user detail. Okay, here let's say copy button name, type object, string, get profile, invisible stack, not equal to connector. Yeah, here we have to use this one, URL equal to. So this is the response body, and the authentication in the header we have to pass this authentication. Let's first see the detail. Alright, let me pass this one. Plus the JSON data we have to pass, right? So for that, content type, application slash JSON. Let's say user response, right? Here request dot get URL headers equal to headers. We don't need to pass anything. Let's say print user response. Okay, let me restart the service and let me remove this upgrade once we don't need more time. Okay, you can see get profile is here. See, we have a 200 request, right? So simple, I will do like JSON, and obviously we will get this data. No, not this one, but yeah, here, this one. So here we have to use this one, self response dot get, like this, right? And let me click one more time, and now you can see the username is here. See, we have like everything here. Now this one is here, the authentication is this one, the user profile is this one, and now we are trying to access this URL. Okay, so what this URL is doing, right? Let's say if I'm going to here, and let's say if I'm trying to add here hello WebLearns and click to this post, right? So it will automatically add something like this. So this one I have to automate from the Odoo. Okay, now the configuration part is done. Now let's go to here. Let's say my first post from Odoo. Let's choose this configuration. Hello, this site is WebLearns. How are you guys? I successfully integrate with LinkedIn from my system. Thank you. Okay. So this content I have to add, right? So for that we need this URL copy, and obviously we have to use here import request def post LinkedIn URL like this, headers, we have to use like this, but here config id, right? And now you can see the header part we have to use this one, so let's copy. Let's public, specific content, published, author. So the author should be LinkedIn user. Okay. Now, okay, so visibility have inside this format. Okay, I know like some format. So let's say we don't need to use the like this. Here we have to use, let's say, copy test home dot linkedin dot ugc, and here we have to use this public for this specific content, right? This content is tricky somehow. If you want to add media, right, image or like that, you can use this one. But right now we are not using anything, let's say the media or anything. We just need to post. Okay, so we have to use things, the share content, and here we have to use this one, and inside we have to use, yeah, see, this is the exactly I need. So let me, okay, columns. So let me cut paste here, published, the public, and I will remove this. Okay, and this content should be the dynamic, right? So this one. All right, this param is ready, header is also ready, URL is also ready. Right now we have to do, let's say, post response request dot post URL headers equal to headers. Then after, this is the JSON data, right? So we can use here JSON params. Let's say, yeah, just let's say response 201. It means it's created, and the ID we are also getting, right? Okay, so here if post dot response status pod equal to 201 self dot stat equal to poster, else error, I mean failed. Yeah, that's it. And this method we have to register here, right? Button name equal to type equal to object string post to linked in invisible stat equal to, sorry, not equal to draft, or let's say yeah, let's just assume for the failed case we don't need to repost. Let me upgrade one more time. Let's see also the JSON data, right? Let me upgrade. Let me refresh the screen. Okay, let me click to this button. It's failed. Alright, status 403 pod 100 access internet message failed, billing validation failed, but body data processing exception. Author. Okay, so data. Let me try with the data, or else like we could also add one more request. Let's say, let me duplicate this one. Okay, illegal argument message request could not converted to data map. Let me restart one more time. Oh, let me remove this one because we don't need the same request. I think we can go to here in our activity in the product, request this one also. Alright, so we have a access request generated. Let me, okay, so here first thing is I will make this configuration clickable one. Read only 0. Let me refresh one more time. Let's say not connected. Successful. Right. Okay. Here I will also, instead of creating a new post, let's use the existing one, right? Oh, sorry. Oops. Let me delete all the logs. So let's say, so instead of data we can use here like this. Let me restart the service. And it's fake. Field value validation failed. Okay, let me print here params. author, let me also print header, then after just columns. Okay, maybe due to this /n/n having an issue, let me replace /n to like this. No. Okay, it's a 403. Maybe let me try this one. Alright, draft post. Successfully post. So this is the issue that I actually forgot. Let's double confirm here. Right. See, hello, this side of dance. Well, that's good. And yeah, one more thing, guys. Let me duplicate this one, and I will try to reprint. So it's failed. Okay. So failed means it's duplicate post. So the same content it will found in the LinkedIn. So directly it will feature it. Okay. So yeah. So yes, like this way, you can directly communicate with LinkedIn using OAuth2 integration to generate the user profile. The second part is this one, right? And make sure the scope would be this one, right? If you already have a paid version, so you will get a lot of, you can access a lot of different APIs. Okay, so in this profile, right, we have a like limited data access. But if you see this lead synchronized live and event management API, community users API, member data, pages, data portal. So those are the paid APIs, and you have to confirm with the LinkedIn manager, key manager, right? So yeah, like this way it will work. In the Odoo side, right? So this is the main configuration. And yes, here you can add as much users, and for its cost you can add like that. Okay. One more thing is you can also create a server. It's a server action. You can select multiple post, right? And you can click to do that specific server action, and it will automatically post that method to the LinkedIn here, right? So yeah, like this way you can communicate with LinkedIn from Odoo. I hope this session give you the insight of how to integrate with different system. If you are new in this channel, please subscribe, like and subscribe this channel, and I will also post different topics in our upcoming sessions. Alright, and yes, also once you successfully tested in your old system, right, please comment below like you have successfully done this integration. So I already aware how many developers, let's say, checking this video. Alright, so see you in our next session.